if I'm okay. I don't see the light of day. Looking up to higher ground, thinking that'll be your sweet escape. These days gotta schedule the romance. They say that love is a slow dance. A short bike ride to the crib, using no hands. Oh, did it feel like I'm floating? But I'm falling with both eyes closed when I let the world spin. Testing the water, she got my nerves tense. Back when I ain't even have a purpose, I was so eager to learn some things. Anxiety bring out the worst in me. Society paint me as enemy. My making it by that remedy. I'm more occasional, don't do it regularly. Backs under my eyes, weighing down heavily. Mama been worried, the devil allegedly deep in the plan. Subconsciously wanted it since I was 10. I thought I was sharp on my scroll and my pen think it did. So mama found she to them legs. She told me that's not who I am. But nowadays I put on for the fam, see it when I can. I'm surrounded by my feelings, I'm stuck on a Ferris wheel. I bet I perish with 140 acres. She want the horse and the carriage, a porcelain portion of garbage. I talk to the mirror, I know that life's not the fairest. I lost my can, I can't pay off the bills with the blessing. Not sure I relate to the Reddit page. It's feeling like money is everything. Money is everything. It's everything I need. Till I lay my eyes on you. I don't know what this is, yeah, but I feel like it's real, baby. I don't wanna pretend, no. I just wanna come clear, wanna see you again. I wanna see you again. I wanna see you.
Okay. What's going on with you, brother? Welcome back to the lab.
Hey, man. Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Well, that image behind your
Man,
head.
hey,
bro,
look at that.
Thing looks, look crispy.
My goodness. And we definitely going to use that as the thumbnail of choice from now on.
Oh, man. That is it right there.
Yes, sir.
We had to drive, we had to fly a couple hundred miles just to get over on that side of town, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you had to fly like 3,000 miles for us to finally get in person again after a number of years, but it was definitely well worth it. Great time hanging out with you and hit the spot. I hear you already in the background over there on the stash party, but slow down. We'll get to it in a minute, and we'll get to that in a minute. Let's say what's going on to the folks in the building.
Welcome, family.
Look at Devin Chambers. I see you. We see you. Let me get the comments lined up right here. Marilyn W. Okay. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? Well, evening. It's all right. 10:06 is in the building.
Yeah, you know she gonna be here.
Always. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Lisa Maria saying, she on the right page. You always in the right place. Wherever you are, Lisa Maria, you is the right place.
Yeah, you in the right spot. You in the right spot.
That's it. Seniors in the building, sir. Good to see you. Always. Look, you love it. Oh, and we was just talking about the man behind the wheels of steel right there. Rich Five.
Yeah.
Folks,
go ahead, hit it one time.
Yeah, look, y'all definitely need to hook up with Rich Five. What?
No, hit it one time. Hit it one time.
Rich, I ain't gonna do it to him.
Come on, please. That's an inside joke, y'all. It's an inside joke. That's all it is. You gotta watch the Rich Vibe show Sunday nights at 2:00, if I'm correct. Rich, tell us the right time if I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Hit it one more time, Rich Vibes, and then tell us the time and where they can catch your show at on Sunday afternoons. Brother is in the UK. I'm telling you, he's in the UK playing R&B and hip hop, and he know his stuff. His stuff.
Yeah.
Hit the button one more time. Hit the button one more time. That's right.
We will never get to play that again, and we probably shouldn't be playing it now. But that is the only.
Oh yeah, we still playing it.
That's the only, so we can talk about that too. That's a whole nother show. But yeah, folks are still playing this man's music. irregardless of what's going on in his world. But let's go ahead and get focused. Rich, definitely in the comments though, brother, put your Mixcloud URL, because you definitely are the truth, man. And out there spinning the records and spinning the tunes, we want to bring you as much love and support as we possibly can. So
And the time. Eastern and Pacific time.
Yeah, because it's Thursday already for him in the UK.
Yeah.
What's up, man? What you got? You got some tech you want to talk about? Did you get anything this week to talk about for
I
the
won some
weekend tech?
money and I lost it all.
I went to Vegas and all I got back was this little toy slot machine. Oh my! I bet my dad is watching right now, probably laughing sitting in this chair, because that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I went to Vegas. I won $30, and
Yeah.
this was half of what I won. So I at least I came back with a souvenir. That's all I can say.
Out there chasing
So,
Vanna White. That's the problem with you right there.
trying to find some Ice House and Slauson swap meet, and I didn't win the lottery tickets. I bought them, but I didn't win. And for the ones that are what is it? What is that day? 420, the 420 friendly people.
Yeah.
Some people found that and they were happy. I didn't. It is what it is. So, but it's amazing how it's so welcomed over there on the West Coast as opposed to down here. So, gas prices, man. I see why you drive that Tesla, brother.
I can never drive another gas car. Now you see, right? $4 and $5. Yeah, man.
$4.99.
It's ridiculous.
And that was in the hood. So if it was in the hood, it was expensive. Like we was in Redondo Beach, and I'm like $4.89,
yeah,
$4.79. We get down to Slauson, what was that? Western and what's the cross street? Western and I forgot what the same street as the Slauson swap meet, man. Man, when I tell you I saw $4.99, I said, man, you got to be kidding me, brother.
That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Look, save a couple of nickels and just go ahead and go electric, man. Step away from those gas cars. I don't want to sway anybody, but you were living it for a few days. $5 a gallon gas is no joke.
But you saw what I was driving out there. I was
true.
checked out. I was checked out in a little Toyota Prius.
Yes, you were. I'm not sure how you got in it.
No, it was
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how
7
feet got into it, but
no, I got in it. I remember Too Tall Jones from Police Academy, how he took the front seat out and he sat in the back seat. That was me all day. But the funny thing about the Toyota Prius, if you never rented one of those or if you've never been in one of those, it was so funny because they had a button that you can hit and it would automatically put the car in park. I've never seen anything like that before. So, I mean, you hit the button, you don't, lift up the handle.
Yeah.
I mean, it went in drive, reverse, neutral, and all that other good stuff. But there was a button to put in park. Very interesting. That's all I could tell you.
It's all good, brother. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time. It was great to see you guys as well. We will definitely do it again. I'm sorry you had to pay for that high gas prices driving from California to Nevada, but
But that breakfast was well worth it. So the breakfast made up for the gas.
There it is. There it is. Hey, there go Rich Vibes information right there. 7 p.m. UK time, 2 a.m. on the East, 11 a.m. Pacific on Sundays. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's go ahead and get focused, man. Let's go ahead and move into the topics. We always start with the stash stock party. I was going to stop the stash stock party, but you convinced me to keep doing it. Oh, snap, Netflix. Come on. We don't even have to explain it tonight. Look, go get that stock. Go get that Netflix stock, folks, because it's all about financial literacy, financial awareness. You take advantage of these organizations, you might as well own a piece of the company yourself. And we're offering you the ability right now, giving you $20 also of any stock if you use my link right there, link.jameshicks.org/stash stock. Just looking out for you, folks. Holiday time is coming up. You need some extra dollars in your pocket. Why not be an investor in some of these companies that you always peruse from anyway?
Okay.
It is.
Well, for the ones that are not familiar, I know there's a lot of us that are watching that are familiar with what's going on, but James has a stash stock party, which you just saw that was on the screen. If you're not in investing, this is a great way to get started. I think you get $30 or $20 if you sign up using I think they upgraded it. You might want to look at your text message. They upgraded, but every 2 days or 3 days out the
Oh,
week, you get a
okay.
portion of the stock of whatever is being featured for that day, and it's free. So you don't have to invest anything. I was not a fan of it at first, but he kept getting coins, and I was like, you know what? It's just a fraction. It's not a lot. It's just
How you
pennies,
think I'm
but
paying for breakfast? How you?
yeah, shoot, I feel you. What up, Nilesh? That's Nilesh is my guy over at Software as a Service. He has a group over on Facebook where he does great Facebook lives and talks about softwares as services, and he brings on companies that are doing big things for small business owners that are trying to do things. For the entrepreneurs. So maybe we can
Awesome.
get Nilesh on. I think he's based out of Toronto, if I'm correct, and he knows his stuff when it comes to the SaaS products.
Awesome.
So what's going on? And I
Hit us
see,
up, man.
yeah, I think Shalala La Productions is
Get
on as
that
well.
get that extra lie in there, right?
Yeah, you got to get that lie in there,
Yeah,
right?
Mr. Lee is out there doing all kind of big things with the remote video production. We need to talk to him too. And now he's probably back out in the streets doing remote video production and how that relates to folks in the consumer technology world. Look, I think I still have that shirt. I got that shirt
It's
from
one of the
you.
throwbacks.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
still
it's
have
one of
that
the
shirt.
throwbacks. All right, come on, you ready to start?
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it. We got some stories for y'all this week that are timely, that are relevant, and definitely there's some action items in here for you as well, especially this one right here. Folks, if you still rocking an old 3G phone, ooh, first of all, why? If you still rocking an OG 3G phone, but if you are,
Grandmas, senior citizens.
I thought about as I said it, right? I said I shouldn't have thrown no shade out there like that. But the idea is if you're still rocking one of those old networks, it's time to upgrade. It's time to move off of that, go 4G, go 5G. It's not because we're trying to get you to buy a new phone and go out there and get that gas, right? Get that gear acquisition syndrome and buy a new product. But literally, all of the networks are turning off their 3G towers. Right, they're
Right.
replacing all of those, and 4G is already prominent, but 5G really is the next evolution for cellular technology. So, Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, all of the carriers are literally unplugging, just to put it in a layman's perspective, all of their 3G towers and networks. Not only will you not be able to make phone calls, but think of it again for some of our older folks, our seasoned folks, you can't make those emergency phone calls. Right. So that's probably, a main reason to be concerned for us when we start thinking about our grandparents, our parents, and our elders. Again, they're not going to be able to have access to emergency services should something occur that we're not there for them. So that's the idea behind this, man. So, Tallboy, you got folks that are still rocking 3G?
I know a few people that have them, and I've tried my best to say, "Hey, it's time to make that up." They got the old flip phones, and they're
Yeah.
comfortable with the flip phones. I think my dad has a flip phone,
Okay.
believe it or not, and he's a senior. He get his little 55-cent coffee over there at Burger King when he goes out. So I mean, I don't think he's on that smartphone. Like that's just not him.
Right.
And this, no offense, it's like, Dad, you need to get with the times. Miss such and such, you need to get with the times. But they're accustomed to say as long as it dial and it makes it work, and I can call who I need to call, that's all that matters. But starting in 2022, 5G, all these new networks, or not new networks, but Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, they're saying, hey, we want to roll out this 5G. And for the ones that don't know, Verizon launched the first 3G network in 2002. And so now you're talking about 21 years later, 5G is here. And so they don't want to pay to keep that network up. So they're saying, hey, we're going to just disband it. And it's not just Verizon, it's all of the carriers that are saying that we don't want to carry it. So you won't be able to use your apps. You won't be able to call 911. You won't be able to make phone calls. I do think it will work if you're on Wi-Fi. But once you leave the house,
that's the problem right there, right? And the fact that what I've got highlighted here on the screen as well, so it's not just the phones. A lot of times folks will have those e-readers, those old school Kindles or tablets or whatever. Those with the cellular connection also will stop working. hotspots again when we were out there being able to move around, those are going to stop working as well. And interesting to talk about alarm systems, so I need to check into that as well. So if you've got an old
Kindle.
ADT or any of those old systems that were out there
Mhm.
that you've had for probably 10 years or so, that maybe an alarm system that was based off of the 3G network first of the year is going to stop working. So be cognizant. You're probably getting these messages from your carrier. You thinking that they're spam messages. You thinking that it's junk. This one you need to be cognizant of and actually take some action on, folks, because this is going to hit and it's not going to be a joke. It's going away and it's not coming back.
Now, they're saying that they're going to give you a free or a low cost replacement. You just need to reach out to um, the carrier and find out. And I just challenge anybody that may know a senior citizen, that may know somebody that's
Yeah.
older, and they know that they're set in their ways. We're
Hmm.
telling you today in October
Yeah.
that starting in January, this is enough time to say for Christmas, it's time to get them a new phone. Or, you know what, mom, dad, neighbor, senior citizen, friend, whoever it may be, all right, let's look into your plan, because what you don't want, because I had a friend that's a senior, took him up to T-Mobile and they tried to sell him, LG phone. And it was like, dude, he does not need a $900 to $1,200 phone. He needs a $300 entry level Samsung A22. That's all he needs. He lost his phone. It was time for him to upgrade anyway. That's all he needs. And they were trying to sell him something that he did not need. So all I just say is, you know, challenge yourself to say, let me ask one of my neighbors, are they
Hmm.
okay? So they can still be with the times and they won't wake up January 2nd saying, why does my phone not work?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. And see, look at Rich coming through with the jokes. Oh, hold no, hold on. Rich was coming through with the jokes. Okay, okay. Inside joke there. I love it, man. I love it.
Okay,
He got.
okay, that's the stuff. Shout out to Bravo Pup Dog Training. She's actually in the building. She's actually not a person who likes to go live, so maybe this show might help her want to go live. And I'm
Okay.
not sure exactly what kind of dog training she does, but she is trying to build out her live streaming business. And I'm thankful that she came over. She jumped on live, and I just want to let you know, if you post or if you comment, we will interact with you.
That's true.
So all I ask is, do you know somebody? Just check with somebody that you might know that might have an old school flip phone that are still stuck in the '90s. Play that. Play that.
I'm
Play that
not
one
doing.
more
No,
time.
I'm not
Come
doing it
on,
no more.
come on, help me
I'm
out,
not. No.
James.
My
Come-
mind's telling me no.
So if you were stuck in that era, it's time to come on and upgrade. Come
So,
on,
y-
upgrade.
you
That's
know,
all I'm saying.
after a certain amount of time, YouTube will tell me that you can't monetize a stream. I got to play it consecutively for 30 seconds. I think we're at the 30-second mark now. All right, we're gonna put R. Kelly to rest right now. All right, thank you. All right, we're gonna put R. Kelly down for a minute.
Well, I haven't heard any of your other sound effects, so we're gonna have to just, until I hear something else. I mean, this is what I got.
It's all good. Laura Williams in the building. We see you. D Hill, we see you. The building. Love it. Love the engagement. Love the interaction, folks. So yeah, that was the 3G story. If you got somebody that's affected by that, definitely reach out to them and help them out. Help them out.
There it is.
Moving on to the next story here. This is one of your stories. I'm gonna let you lead with this
Okay.
one because I got nothing to do with. I got something to do with Lyft. I'm an investor in Lyft and early beta tester as well, but I got nothing to do with the other site. So I'm actually gonna take me off the screen.
Well, you're married, so
That's it.
this wouldn't help you. So, has anybody ever used Tinder? Come on, put in the comments. I know someone has used Tinder. Just say yes, I've used Tinder. Shamelessly raise your hand like this. If you use Tinder and Lyft are partnering together, and they're basically saying that they want to bring back in real life connections. And basically, you swipe if you swipe right and
Mm,
they swipe right, you can actually buy that person a potential Lyft ride to meet you at your respective location. I'm not going to say back at your house, but it could be at a respectful location, and it can be a one way or it can be a round trip.
Damn,
So
son.
exactly. Tinder members can access the Lyft integration from a new Explore section of the Tinder's app, where they can buy a Lyft ride credit for a person they've matched with. The person buying the credit doesn't get any details about the recipient's address, but can set the location, time, and the value of the credit they want to purchase. The recipient gets a link via either the phone number or email address, and you guys got a great way to make a connection. So you don't have to waste your gas no more. You can just ride out and meet each other. And if it goes well, there could be a potential Tinder and Lyft, marriage. You never know.
That's true.
They say it's a thoughtful. Tinder calls it a thoughtful gesture, while promoting personal safety for those ready to get back out there after way too many months inside. So,
They
um,
looking out
the
for
way,
you.
the way gas prices are out there on the West Coast, I would be using those lifts. So just saying.
So it's an interesting partnership. I think it's definitely both companies thinking outside the box. People have been locked up for 15, 17 months and itching to get out and do whatever it is that they want to do. It's all good. Look, I think it's creative. I know Lyft is phenomenal in what the services that they provide. They've got to do something as well to stay in front or in line with Uber, right? Uber's got Uber
Yeah.
Eats. This has got all kinds of services that they're offering, rental cars and things like that. So this is just a little different, but again, I don't fault anybody for wanting to branch out and wanting to do certain things with their companies. Rich Fives coming in with the jokes. I don't see
See,
nothing wrong with a little swiping right. Okay, you put you on stage there. You Mr. Comedian
hey,
right
I'm
there.
just
Rich
saying.
Fives with
But
the jokes.
but look at D Hill's comment, and and I don't know if it's necessarily promoting sex. I don't know if it's necessarily promoting it. I think it's really a thoughtful gesture. All right, I see you. You look good. We had a vibe. We had a connection. I swipe right. You swipe right. I mean, quite naturally, the man's mind at the end of the day is to get the sex, and no matter where the woman's mind is, it might be the same. But it could be a real let's meet out for coffee or let's go out for lunch, or that does not necessarily mean it's going to be a Netflix and chill type moment.
Hmm.
So just honestly think about that. Don't get me wrong, it could be misused. It could be dine and dash where the girl, she takes advantage of the ride, or the guy takes advantage of the girl. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be all about sex. It just, it could just depends on where your mindset is. If you're trying to date somebody,
No,
and
yeah, you're right.
if this is your method of dating, using an app, because a lot of people have been in the house. It's not like you're meeting people at functions. It's not like you're meeting people at the grocery store. I mean, you're literally on your apps, and whatever those favorite apps are for dating, Lyft is saying, let's just partner with Tinder. That's it.
Yeah. I hear where you're going, and you're riding a line, right? You're trying to be as PC as possible. And again, I'll say the same thing, right? I think it's a very interesting collaboration, interesting partnership. Folks will use it as they will use it. Lyft
Hmm.
just needs to do something. I actually think this was started by Lyft. I don't know. I got to read into it a little bit more, but I think again they're trying to do something to stay in line with what Uber is doing with all of their services that they're providing. Look, if it's even just for folks wanting to connect, they see someone and they just want to go out and meet. I know Hit the Spot said you're not meeting on Tinder for coffee. Hopefully, maybe someone will, right? Just to get a ride to the club so they don't have to ride back. Whatever. But just the fact that these two companies are collaborating. We're talking about it in tech because it was in one of the major tech publications talking
Correct.
about the interconnect between a mobile app and a mobile service that many people use. So look, we don't discriminate, folks. We talk about
But
it all out there and make sure that you
but
are
but look at
aware
it
of what's
like this.
going on. Yeah.
But look at it like this. It's also safe, because if you do something wrong, and if they
Shouts out
get
to
that,
you, D.
uh,
I'm
but
trying up in here. Look, I'm trying to do this thing, right?
but look at it like this. If something does happen and it was used for sexual purposes, there's a record of who paid for it, as opposed to you just getting in your car by yourself. Nobody knows where you just chose to go. Whereas there's a digital imprint or a digital record of where your last whereabouts may have been, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I know you don't want to hear about, your daughter down there at UCLA swiping right and some guy is sending
Man,
her
look,
over there. But if
bruh.
something was to go wrong, at least you have a digital imprint as opposed to her being in her car.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I don't know where she's at. So, I mean, look at it from a safety precaution. It could be used for that if it was done in a negligent way.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Love,
Hey, I'm just
love, love,
throwing it out there.
love the comment. Love the interaction. Rich, you put a comment there. I'm not gonna put that on screen there
No, we're not
because
doing that.
again, we
We know
filming
what
for
time it
TV.
is.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
filming for TV.
we know what time it is, brother. Don't do
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
bro.
This is PG-13. We may drop
He
a
getting
couple of
us back.
words.
He
Was
getting us
yeah.
back. Look, he getting us back.
I
That's
know,
all.
I know. This is not for the grown folks. This is for the family right here. So
Right, exactly. It's a family show.
tell everybody. I want you to tell everyone in your smooth
Oh,
R&B
here we go.
radio voice why they need to continue to stay hooked up with the lab. Let's go.
All right, y'all. This is not Netflix and chill. This is the Lab Tech Show. We give you all of the greatest news, the tech trends, and anything that's popping in the tech community. Follow us on social at the Lab Tech Show. And you can watch all the old shows at the labtechshow.live. Not a Netflix and chill, but a tech show.
Love it. Love it. Rich is still. We're gonna have to get some moderators on here to make sure that Rich stays in line. That's for sure.
And look, I was looking at him as a moderator, but he don't even want to act right.
He getting too good out there now. Now he acting a fool out there
I know,
in the UK.
man.
We need to take a
look
trip
at
when the world opens up. You and I, we know how to. We like putting stamps in the passport, so we gonna definitely have to take a trip out there to check out the man in his native land and enjoy some times with him. So
yeah,
Revis Brown, we see you. Appreciate you
that's my uncle.
being
That's
okay.
Truck driver. Truck
Okay.
driver's in the house.
Love it.
He out there riding. He broke down earlier today.
Uh-oh.
And I just told him, I said, look, I got you. And look, he riding somewhere because he back on the road trying to get to that destination because they make their money by the mile. So at least we keeping you entertained, brother. Hopefully we're entertaining you.
What do we do? What do we do? We entertain, enlighten, and educate.
There you go.
That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what it's all about. Yes, sir.
And
all
speaking of educating, James wants to punish us if you're not an Android user or a PC user. He wants to punish us right now with some news coming out of the Apple world that we're supposed to be talking about next week, but we got to hear it today and hear it next week. So by all means, brother.
I just take you off the screen. Look, I am just making sure that we cover the news to let y'all know that we are not slipping. Apple has announced their October event. Those of us in the ecosystem knew it was coming, just didn't know when it was coming. But now Monday, it's interesting that it's on a Monday as opposed to a Tuesday. But on the 18th at 10 o'clock, Apple.com was where you can watch it, and Apple is going to be talking about their next evolution, more than likely the next evolution of their processors, right, for laptops and for desktops. So I worked for Apple for 10 years, so I never gave into the rumor mill. So you never know what's really going to happen, but we're anticipating and expecting this to be new MacBook Pros, hopefully in the larger size, hopefully a 14-inch, maybe a 15-inch in the MacBook Pro, maybe a new MacBook Air again with the new M1X, if they're going to call it that, with the new faster processor. I would honestly love to see some new AirPod Pros. We've heard about that possibly coming as well, so it'd be interesting to see something like that, but we don't know. And the way supply chains have been happening, Apple has been less affected by supply shortages, but more a supply and demand curve. So like the iPhone 13 is sold out like it always has, but more than likely whatever is announced next Monday will still be available around holiday time. So you'll still be able to get it for someone and drop it under their tree. So yeah, that's what's coming up. It's called Unleashed. I'll be talking about it definitely here next week on Wednesday on the lab, but I'll definitely be talking about it probably on another stream that I have where we talk about enterprise technology as opposed to consumer technology. But giving y'all the nose.
So basically with this Apple, how many events do they actually does Apple do a year? Honestly, like they do three or four of them. Because they do one in the spring.
Yes.
Do they do one in the summer, or do they just wait till the fall?
It's typically two events. It's typically a mobile event, and it's typically a hardware event. Well, there's three events. Yeah, there's the mobile event, the one we just had. Then there's the fall event right now, which is coming for the desktops and things of that. But then there's also what's called WWDC, which is the Worldwide Developers Conference, where it's mainly about the App Store, software development, and kind of advances in that perspective. So there's always at least those three events, normally around the same time every single year. So we've all in the ecosystem been antsy. We knew there was an October event coming. No one knew when it was going to drop. So when it dropped, we all got our our palms started sweating.
Okay, so now this one is more about the the M1 chip, and
Yeah, the
so
next
basically
evolution of the M1 chip. Yeah.
so for the ones that are not familiar with the M1 chip, this is the processor that goes into the MacBooks and the MacBook Airs, and do they go in the iPads as well?
They do go on the iPads as well, so that's really interesting. That's actually one of the reasons why I switched from a laptop to just using my iPad, my iPad Pro. Right, it's
Okay.
powerful enough to do what I need to do. The M1 that's in my Mac Mini right now is running all of the production for all of the content creation that I do. My older system just was overheating; it wasn't powerful enough. But this M1 chip that Apple has put out, this silicon that they use, is the truth, folks. It really is. Uh, what's funny about this? So I'm gonna go on a pivot. I know you wanted to go
Well, hold
somewhere.
on, because no, I got some more questions to ask you.
Okay,
So,
okay.
so can I finish the questions and then you go into the rant, or you want to go into the rant and then I ask the questions?
I want to go into
Be
my rant.
honest.
I want to go into my I
Go
want to go
ahead.
into my rant. And it's real short. I don't know if anyone has seen this, but Intel has, and I got to be careful because I'm kind of in tight with Intel, right? I got a lot of opportunities
Don't
with them.
mess up your coin.
I know I'm gonna mess up my dollars, but they are going in hard right now against Apple. I'm not sure if you've seen the commercials, either online on social media or even on TV, but they are really telling folks the advantages of an Intel processor versus an Apple processor, just for the types of things that you can do. Meaning you can have a tablet that turns into a laptop that has a touch screen, right? You can have all these different things when it's really not the processor that's running all of that. It's the manufacturer. It's the HPs and the Dells and the Lenovo's and those companies that are creating that hardware that just so happens to be running on Intel. But Intel is going in hard and deep right now on Apple just this week, talking about the advantages of their processor and how much more extensive and how much more customizable it is. It's smoke and mirrors, folks, but I love it. I love Intel. I love Apple. I'm an investor in both companies, but I think it's just interesting, quite coincidental, the timing again of this marketing and ad campaign from Intel talking about Apple. There's my rant for the day. I had to get that in. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So basically, I don't know what he was saying,
Oh my gosh.
but I want to, for people who are seriously thinking about getting a MacBook or MacBook Pro or an iPad, what's the difference between this M1 chip versus this M1X chip? Because this is the new technology that they're putting in it. Can you tell me why someone should care more about this newer release? I mean, quite naturally, they always try to make it better, but
Yep.
what makes it so special, if that makes any sense?
Yep. Can't tell you. Don't know. Won't know until Monday. Right. We just know, again, it's the next iteration. So is it going to be a evolution or is it going to be a revolution? Right. Is it just going to be faster, more performant, or is it going to actually going to allow more connectivity? Is it going to allow something besides just being faster? We don't know yet until we hear about that Monday at 10 o'clock. And I'm not even going to try to speculate because that would be a disservice to the community. We would
So
love
all
to
of
see
this is
some new hardware.
speculation.
Yeah,
So
it's
all
all
this is
speculation. We
speculation.
don't even know if that's what they're going to talk about. We think that's what they're going to talk about. It makes sense, right? Because all of the conversations, all of the patent filings, all of just folks that are looking inside the code and seeing what is coming out of the new releases and things of that nature, it makes sense that that's what they're going to talk about. We don't know, right? And if you are watching and listening to anyone that calls himself an influencer and they think that they can tell you what's coming out, They don't know. So we're not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. We just know that there is an event on Monday at 10 o'clock talking about a next iteration of Apple products. We think it's going to be a new processor that's going to come out. It's going to be more performant, faster, probably less hot, so more cooling capable as well. Would love to see something, like I said, additional headphones, so AirPod Pros, maybe the AirPod. And the reason I keep bringing up AirPods and talking about processors is there's conversation about putting a new chip in the AirPods that actually will tell your fitness activity. So folks who may
Mhm.
not have a watch can just use those AirPods Pros and can actually gauge their fitness activity, can maybe judge their sleep, can judge their posture, those kinds of things. So there's all kinds of things that could be happening from a silicon base and conversation. So we'll see what that looks like.
I would have thought that they would have released the AirPods when the last event happened last month, when we were talking about
Hmm.
the iPhone 13 and the watch, and what was the other thing that released that they did?
They did the watch and they did the update to the iPad, right? They did the
Okay,
iPad
the
mini.
iPad was the other
Yeah,
one. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So I would have thought that because it was a phone, then you would have your Bluetooth. So for them to be doing this potentially for this event on Monday, I guess we can only speculate. I'm pretty sure you'll have a front row seat. Anybody that would like to watch it, it looks like it's going to be on YouTube. It looks
yeah.
like it's going to be on their website. And if you have an Apple TV, you can go to the Apple TV app and then you can watch it there as well. And I'm not sure of the time. I'm pretty sure
10
James
o'clock,
does.
10 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock a.m. What's
So that's 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. So one of the changes since COVID, right, since no one can physically go to the campus anymore, they're actually streaming it live as well on the internet, but you can only watch it live on the internet if you use the Safari browser. So
Oh,
if you're
wow.
not on a Mac and you're not running Safari, then you have to go to the YouTube channel to watch it. So
Wow. Interesting.
that is a little caveat as well. But if you want to see it after it premieres live, then it'll show on apple.com kind of in a replay. It'll be actually an embedded video as well. So,
That's good information because nobody would have ever thought that if they had a Mac and they
yeah,
used the Chrome browser.
yeah,
There's a couple questions in the comments that I
yeah,
think we'll do the Bravo Pup dog training first, and then we'll go to Revis's comment before we go into our last segment or our last story. How do you address a situation like that? Because
yeah.
the earbuds that I use, which I'm not an Apple guy, I like the hook over the ear
Hmm.
as opposed to the buds, standard, Android or just standard, compatible earbuds that, go in the ear. I like something that likes to hook over the ear. I don't know if Apple or AirPods make anything like that, but how do you address a comment like that?
Yeah. So my question to that, Bravo Pup dog training, do you have the original AirPods or do you have the AirPods Pros? Because the Pros actually kind of alleviate and took care of that situation. The original AirPods, it's true. They're kind of weak, right? They fall out of your head and they're garbage. They really are. But the the new pros actually
Just
tend to.
hurt her feelings live on
I'm
the
sorry.
screen,
Well,
bro.
only if she's. Oh, but no, she's got the pros too. So maybe you could probably change the tips, right, to go into it as well, because it comes with small, medium, and large, and make sure when you put them in, you turn the stem towards your mouth. That's also something that a lot of folks don't do. They'll just put it in and forget to actually cinch it down into your ear. That's a pro tip on AirPods Pro usability. But yeah, the original ones were terrible. The pros try to alleviate that and just make sure you have the right tip in, and then when you put them in, make sure you cinch it down so that the tip is pointed towards your mouth.
Now, my question is, do they fall out of your ears while you're working out, or do they just fall out of your ears just while you're walking walking the dogs, or you going to the grocery store,
Mm.
or just doing regular laundry? So I guess that would be one of the questions that I would have. So is it because you're doing some type of activities, or is it, just normal activity?
Yeah, because
And then
I
beats,
was gonna say because
beat. What
I
about the
go
beats?
I'm gonna say because I go through a pretty extensive training session, right, when I'm at the gym. So a lot of cardio, a lot of movement, compound movements as well. And I haven't had the problem, knock on wood, but again, I took out the original ear tips that came with it and changed it with the other ones. Now, in regards to your question about wraparound, and I see somebody making statements as well. Yeah, Beats is part of Apple, and Beats have the wraparound. I had every initial pair of those as well, but that hard plastic would always dig into my ear, so I just could not stand that. It made my ears just sting after wearing those for an extended period of time. So I couldn't
He's
wear the
straight
Beats as well.
knocking. He's
I,
knocking everybody.
I, I'm
Try the Beats. You got 30 days to return them, and if they don't work, Bravo Pup Dog Training, which is Sandy, then at least you know you might have to just convert over to something else. So she said, I've tried all the tips. So yeah, I would probably look at the Beats.
Yeah. Look at the Beats.
Look at the
Look at
Beats.
you know who else is cool? Jabra. Take a look at Jabra. Jabra has some pretty dope headphones. Brother, look, I'm all over the place. I've had everyone. I've used everyone. At
I'm
least
just looking at the comments, bro.
oh, I can't. You know, I can't do 4-5 things. I can only respond to
No, it's
them
all
and talk
good.
about it. But take a look at the Jabras as well. They cinch in pretty well, and they're very high quality. Who else is pretty good? That would be the only next one that I would truly recommend.
I would
Something like
probably
the
go on
Jabras.
Amazon and just look at over the ear earbuds and see how those, and just find a respectable brand that you feel comfortable with. Because if you're just putting the buds right in your ear and they're just falling out while you're normally walking, then that's an issue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
go to Revis's question, and we talked about this 2 weeks ago, Revis, and I appreciate you jumping onto the show.
Definitely.
But
Let me read it
how
out.
do you
So
feel about the new chip shortage is going to hit the tech field? It's already hit us.
yeah.
It already hit us, and the thing is, because I'm a techie, I got to have it when it first comes out.
Yeah.
That PlayStation 5, I had to have it. You see, to this day, people still do not, and it's the same chip that's in that PS5, that's in that iPhone
Good point.
13,
Yes, sir.
that's in those cars where all those car facilities are shutting down, or
Yep.
the car prices have gone. It's the same chip. So the only thing that you can do is figure out what you want to get for Christmas now in October,
Mm.
and you need to be buying it now and before Black Friday. Because when Black Friday hit, you already heard the post office is already raising their prices until after December 26th. And as I told people before, you're going to be doing one of these, Revis. You're going to be giving them, they're going to open up an envelope with a piece of paper that says it's coming. And when it comes, you just know that you got it. So the best thing to do, honestly, is to just go out and buy it today. And when you go out and buy it, buy it today, and that way know that you have it. If you wait it, then you're just gonna have to wait, because right now those ports out there in California, those ports that's out there in New Jersey, I mean, I just read a report today. It was on Good Morning America today. There's a couple big name companies. I think it was Target, it was Best Buy. They're
Walmart.
working around the clock,
Yeah.
and Walmart.
Yeah.
They partnered with the White House to say that they were going to help take the load off of the production, and they were going to hire their own companies to help take. They got the truck station, but they got to get them off the port.
Yeah.
So, and those chips and the food and anything else, clothes, all of that stuff is sitting on those ports. So the best thing to do is find what you can now.
Yeah.
And order it today, order it this week, and have it shipped. Don't wait till Black Friday, because you're going to be screwed. You're going to be doing one of these, putting it in an envelope, and you're going to say, when it get here, it get here. Yeah, and you probably won't see it till Valentine's Day.
You're making You're making a lot of sense, because this year is definitely different than any other year in the past. And to specifically speak to Revis, right? I think the chip shortage, again, just kind of as Tallboy is saying, it's farther reaching than just technology issues, and it's actually consumer goods, consumer durables, raw materials, and things of that nature. But it's trickling into every aspect of our lives. And it was nice to hear, I'm not going to get political, but it was nice to hear that, we as a country have decided as of today to open up those ports in Southern California 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, similar to what other countries already are doing. Why? Because again, there are hundreds of ships sitting out there in the water in the port that couldn't be unloaded because Folks were getting off at whatever time they get off, and then the ports are closed on the weekends. Now, to kind of alleviate some of that bottleneck, 24 by 7 in terms of availability of actually getting those goods and services moving. And as Tallboy was saying, look, the big brands, Walmart's, the Best Buys and the Targets, that's where we buy, right? 60-70% of the stuff we buy. Look, everyone on here buys from those stores, and I can guarantee you that soap that you've been waiting for 3 weeks is sitting in the San Diego or the Long Beach port, and hopefully it gets to you sooner than later. But this is not
And
going to
that's
be
why
the
the
year.
prices are going up
That's why
now
the prices are,
because
yeah.
we're supply and demand.
Hmm.
So whatever they were already expecting certain products to already be here from the summer or from the spring, and they're still on that port.
Hmm.
And and you're as a truck driver, you're supposed to pick it up or whoever the other truckers are, but it's sitting out there in the water and they
Yeah.
can't get to it.
Yeah.
So right now, the best thing to do is stock up. Just like they had that toilet paper shortage,
Ooh.
you need to go figure out what you want to get for Christmas
Now
and
you're
say,
hitting
all right, let's
home,
go ahead and
boy.
knock this out. Yeah,
Yeah, now
nice.
you're hitting home. I had 2 kids in the house. Well, we won't get into that. But don't wait, y'all, this year.
I'm
The
telling you, don't
sales
wait.
prices are not going to be as advantageous to you not having something if you're trying to give somebody something for that special day. Just go ahead and pay that extra little 10% now and get it. Get that fall
Because you're going to pay
sale at
for it. You're going to
Macy's
pay
or
for
whatever.
it anyway. You're going to pay for it anyway. And I think this is a great transition into our next topic. But
Yeah.
you're going to pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
And all these big brand or these big box retailers, the prices have already gone up. If you look at what eggs cost, look, I was trying to get crab legs in Vegas, and I was like,
Mm-mm.
oh my god!
Make it
And
plain.
when I saw $32.99 for a pound of crab legs, I said, no, I'm out the door. Like, there's just no way I'm gonna. Uh, so for crab legs to be up, and all they kept saying was COVID, the ships. That's all they said. So if it's crab legs, if it's soap, if it's eggs, if it's the chip, that's why these plants are closed.
Yeah.
And then there's a shortage of workers. So the best thing to do is you need to ask your family members right now, what do they want for Christmas? And if they say they don't know, just remember when Christmas come and it's like, where my Christmas gift? You gonna say, what did you tell me on October 12th or October 13th? I don't know. Be intent and be deliberate.
I love it. Hey,
Um,
hold on. Before you go into that, I think Revis actually brought up an interesting point here, right? They're only talking about California, but all the ports are backed up.
yeah,
Georgia,
yeah.
Florida, Louisiana, and Mississippi. That is true,
Hmm.
right? I mean, that's a good point. I think, again, folks should be cognizant and aware of that. They only talked about California right now. Why? I don't know. I live in California, but I don't think that they should be forgetting about New Orleans, Louisiana, right?
Mm.
Major port right there.
Well, the storm, you got to think about the storm down there in Louisiana. The
Yeah,
Houston and Louisiana, they got hit with a storm. So
yeah.
not only do they have to deal with the ports and whatever the problems are there, but they still
Hmm.
got the 2 storms that came through there, the 2 hurricanes.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of big box retailers,
Big box.
uh, Jeff Bezos has
Mm.
decided that he's gonna increase his brick and mortar footprint in a big way, and he plans to open several large physical locations in the United States, starting out in California and in Ohio, and it will sell clothing, household items, and electronics from top consumer brands, and also their Amazon own brand products as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm excited about this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm excited about this a lot because I think they're putting one not too far away from me.
so
So,
you get the first,
bruh,
taste of it.
it's gonna be off the hook if I can just walk into the Amazon store and get what I need. And I'm already spoiled with 1 day shipping and 2 hour, whatever the case. But if I can literally just walk over there, get my little camera, lights, lenses, or whatever, get some clothes, man, it's gonna be
But
ridiculous.
but speaking of clothes, they were saying that this is where one of the pain points that Amazon has because you can't try it on. So if you order it and it's too
Yeah.
small or it's too
Hmm.
big, you got to ship it out or you got to send it back. Whereas if you go into into this retail brick and mortar that Amazon is attempting to start, you can actually go in and try on clothes as if you were at J.C. Penney's, Macy's, or any other, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. A lot of these companies have gone out of business, and so now that they've filed bankruptcy, or they're out, they're no longer, or they're tanking. Let's just put it like that. Amazon, their e-commerce store has thrived, and so can you just imagine, just saying, you as a entrepreneur, small business owner, you have an Amazon footprint. You're now in the California, Ohio, potentially Georgia, New York, or Texas Amazon store. Now you're growing with Amazon. Nike pulled out a couple years ago, but now this is a great opportunity for another shoe company to come in and, say, hey, you can try our shoes on inside of this actual brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So this is something to really look at. When we thought brick and mortars were probably going to be closing, Amazon is saying, no, we're about to establish ourselves in this game. And basically all the money that we continue to pump into Amazon, this is what allows Jeff Bezos to go out to space. And he gets to see Mars and Jupiter and
Yeah, he just
Saturn.
he just took Captain Kirk to space a couple of days
Yeah,
ago.
so I mean, you never know. There might be an Amazon store on one of these other planets if they find signs of life, because he's in a position to do it.
hmm I
So
again, man, I love it. I think this is good because so many of us, not just Amazon Prime, but so many of us do take advantage of the convenience of Amazon, just them being an entity. And you can talk all you want about either are they too big or whatever the case may be, but it's very convenient for the consumer to have these options, right? Walmart's, the Targets, um, the Best Buys, the Microsoft, all the stores wherever you are. It's very convenient to have a high percentage of the consumer goods that you purchase to have them be able to show up at your door. You don't, if you don't want to go outside, you don't feel safe going out, just have them show up at your doorstep, have them delivered to a locker where you can go get them if you're, not at the house, whatever. That's just amazing. And now to bring that to a brick and mortar to where I can now go in and I can pick up my durable goods, my goods and services, some clothes, some electronics or whatever. I can go get these Christmas gifts. Now, instead of having to worry about the shipping and all that stuff, Amazon opens up these stores. I can go pick it up right there and get that great pricing as well. I think this is just good, mainly for the consumers. Yeah, Bezos and Amazon properties are going to make their big money and those things. But I think this is just a very good move for consumers. I'm glad that this is happening. I would love to see them integrate Whole Foods into some of these, right? So kind of like Walmart does with the grocery and then the shopping as well. That would be so cool to be able to go to just one location, get everything. Right, I'm a man of
so
convenience.
let
I
it
would
be
just
another
love
Walmart.
that.
So let it be another Walmart, because they have grocery and retail as well.
Yeah, but you think about it, Amazon has a wider range of brands that they work with. They work with almost everyone. So again, you start thinking about just a different level of brands that you're working with. I'm not going to say quality. I'm not going to say anything bad about the Walmart brands or anything. I'm just saying Amazon has partnerships with a lot more variety in terms of who they work with. So you can go in and get maybe some higher end gear as opposed to going and get just the consumable products at a Walmart or something like that. But I love the fact of being able to have the option. And I think this would be a logical next step for Bezos and the Amazon team to say, Whole Foods is doing its thing. Now I'm about to open up a mini department store in your town. Why not just,
And they have Amazon Go. You remember
yeah,
they opened that up in Seattle, if I'm correct, where you can just walk into the store and you can pick up whatever you want, put it in the cart, and then you walk right out the store. You don't even have to pay for anything because it already has like your thumbprint, or it has
yeah,
some type of digital print, and it literally charges you
yeah,
as you're walking out of the store. So you walk out the store, it's already taken care of. You don't even have to stand in the line. And I
yeah.
think the way stores are going, because they have a shortage of workers, they this might be the test model with the Amazon Go now,
hmm
but with Amazon Go, you can just walk into the store, put your fingerprint on the keypad, and then when you walk out,
It charges you.
Everything's already been charged.
Yeah.
If the workers choose not to go back to work, this might be something that could be implemented. And then now it's like, hey, why do we even have workers? So this could be something. Shauna Johnson
Yeah.
made a comment saying, dude,
I'll bring that up, but I want to talk about the Amazon stores. I've been to the one in Seattle, and you're right. Walk in, no one's there to greet you. There's two people walking the whole store. I pick something up off the shelf. It temporarily goes into my electronic cart. I'm like, I don't want this soda. I want this other one. Put it down, and then it deletes. So it's all automated. There's cameras all over the place watching to track how if you're purchasing something. And as soon as we walked out of the door with our goods and services, I got an e-receipt that my Amazon card was charged. I didn't close the door yet. We walked out the door, and then the door hadn't completely closed, and immediately got a receipt. So frictionless, flawlessly working. It's definitely the wave of the future, and I think Amazon is on top of it. Now on to Shauna's question about. First of all, shout out, Sean. Appreciate you for joining. Do you think that they will have franchise opportunities? Nope. Nope. Bezos wants all this money. He is not going to franchise this to anybody trying to come up outside of him. I'm sorry. I love Amazon. I love the company. We probably never going to get a sponsorship from him now, but that's just the truth.
No, Bezos don't care whether
he don't care.
He's not trying to advertise with us either. Bezos trying to get all the
money, and him and Elon are fighting right now. So you got billionaires that are fighting each other. So it's just not going to happen.
Now, will it put Walmart out of business? Potentially, and I say that because 2-day shipping. You already, if you want something, if you could wait 2 days right now, and get it in the mail, and you see how those Amazon drivers they running, they delivering packages, and they have it at your door within that time frame that they say. Walmart can't compete with that. Now you're about to open up a brick and mortar, and you're saying, hey, now there was urban sprawl back in 2000, 1999, 2000, 2001, where Walmart was opening up all of their brick and mortars in these small towns and these rural towns, and they were putting the small business owners out of business. Now, 20 years later, Amazon is giving Walmart, Target, and Best Buy a run for their money. So everything that Walmart did to the small business owner in 1999 to 2001, this is now happening to them. So they had their little 20-year run, and you can't compete with the 2-day shipping. And let me ask you in the comments, if you had a chance or you had an opportunity to get it on Amazon or go to Walmart, the same exact product, which place would you go to? Most people will probably say, put it in the comments. Would you choose Amazon or would you choose Walmart? Put it in the comments. Let's just see.
Yeah.
But look at it like this. You don't even have to leave your house if you go to Amazon.
Yeah. And shouts out to my man Tony Davis in the building. Everything's locked up at Walmart. And that's a shame. Look, that's a whole issue as well, especially.
Well, we know what side of town Tony stay on.
No, but you think, hey, my side, too, look, and it's very conscious too. All the black products are locked up in Walmart, but we could talk about that. We could talk about that on another show. That's a whole nother show.
See, look, everybody's saying Zon, Amazon, Karma. Like this is what happened. I was in college and I was working on my master's in urban studies, and they were talking about something called this phrase called urban sprawl. And you saw all these small business owners. They were like, "Oh, we're going to take care of the community, and we're going to make them, we're going to get them jobs." And you were giving them $7 an hour jobs where they were over here being small business owners themselves. You put them out of business because they had a leather shop, a shoe shine place, whatever the store may have been. You put them out of a consignment shop, you put them out of business. And you literally ran and owned the market for 20 years. Now Amazon is saying, hey, we can beat all of that. And now that this pandemic has hit, I mean, when you get that box, and it's that big old box with that little product in there, they then packaged it really nicely. And if you have a problem, you can take it to the UPS store. Right. They're not going to charge you for return shipping.
Convenient. Convenient.
So convenient. So which one would you choose, Walmart or Amazon? Now you got to go stand in that long line. somebody then bought that TV fought over that TV for Black Friday, and then now they over here trying to return it, in February because they ain't got no more money, and you gotta return some toilet paper, or well, you ain't gonna return no toilet paper, but you returning something and you got to stand in a line for a return. Nobody wants to stand in that return line at Walmart. That's my rant.
There's yours. Look, that was pretty
Look,
nice. I
everybody's
just
saying
I let you
Amazon.
go there too. Now, look,
Everybody's saying Amazon. That's
I
all.
just,
I mean, come on, in the
so so
comments, Amazon.
so rounding this out, this is a good thing. I think this is a good thing for consumers. We are fans of Amazon. We'll take it with the good and the bad and the ugly, but this coming out with many, what they're calling mini department stores in cities across the country, should definitely pay off. I think we're definitely going to take advantage of it, and it's something that is a long time coming. But I think we will definitely be taking advantage of it. So let me see. We got some more comments here. Lisa Maria says, "I don't like shopping, but I do like Walmart." Hey, nobody likes shopping. You know, a lot of times we'll go do it only when
Well,
we
I
have
think
to.
guys don't like shopping.
Okay.
Women can sit in the
Okay.
store all day
Oh, don't get it.
and they
See,
can go shop. I mean,
you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get don't get in trouble. I'm gonna just I'm gonna
so
keep
so let
moving.
me just let me do the recap.
Oh,
3G. Go check on them senior citizens, y'all. Check on them. Help them out. They need some help. If they got that old flip phone, buy them a phone.
mm,
Talk them into getting a phone. Walk in the store with them and make sure they're not getting ripped off,
mm.
because these AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, they making commission. So if they sell you an iPhone 13, they're gonna walk in there. They're gonna ask you, "Are you interested in the iPhone, or are you interested in the Samsung Note?" That's what they're gonna ask you. They're not gonna say, "Would you like to look at the OnePlus or the Google Pixel?" They're not
Mm.
gonna offer that to you.
Yeah, nobody
They
wants
want to
that.
get that commission.
Yeah.
So check on your seniors. Check on the people that are still stuck in 19 for the 99s and the 2000s. Check on those folks. And what was it? Tinder and Lyft. If you use Tinder and you
Ooh,
swipe right,
watch it.
just know,
Is
just
that the
know
way that you want to swipe for good? I don't know. What you,
Yes, swipe right if
okay.
you say
Okay.
yes. See, you've
Okay.
been married so long, you
I,
ain't never knew nothing
I,
about no Tinder. Look at it. You was married before Tinder, when Tinder came out. So if you swipe right, you now have a digital footprint.
mm,
If you accept the ride, now ladies, don't take advantage of the men. If you're not interested in them, don't waste the man's money because he gonna get mad. So I'm just letting you know, if you like him and he like you, as long as he ain't acting no fool, y'all just have a great time. And for the ones who say that Tinder is promoting sex,
mm.
hey, let it be a Netflix and chill night. I'm just saying, it is what it is. Now, y'all also can check us out at the labtechshow.live or at the Lab Tech Show on social media. We got you. James is going to bug us next week about this Amazon Unleashed event, and he's going to talk about this
First of all, get
M1X
it
chip.
right. Get the company right. You said Amazon. Get the if
Oh,
you
excuse me,
go
Apple
get it right.
Unleashed event. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Apple Unleashed event on Monday. He's going to talk about it next Wednesday, and he's going to tell us everything that's rolling out. If there's no speculation, because if anybody that's speculating, they're frauds. So basically, he's telling you on Wednesday next week, we got to hear it one more time, and hopefully it will be about the AirPods. So that way, Sandy can find over the earbuds or find out what's so special about these AirPods if they talk about it, or and they're going to also talk about the M1 chip. And lastly, that brick and mortar, they're about to put Walmart out of business. I'm just trying to tell y'all, it is what it is.
You seem like you trying to wrap the show up. We got 20 plus people that are actively engaged, but I understand you filming for TV. So before we cut, I'm gonna let you do your promo about the services that
I don't
TBE
know if I'm
Media is.
ready. Go
You better
ahead,
be
do it.
ready. You got to be ready all the time. Do it.
Hey, everybody. Callboys on Roku and Amazon Fire. Search TBE Media. This show will be on there.
That's all you got to say?
Thank y'all. Look, y'all, I'm on Amazon Fire Stick. So if you got an Amazon Fire Stick, if you got a Roku TV or a Roku streaming stick, search TBE Media and you'll see some great shows, some great content. If you are thinking about cutting the cord, that was the whole purpose of me creating a channel and saying how can we find some entertaining content. And I might need to talk to Rich Vibes and find a way we can I don't know if I can get that music on that show because I don't want to get fined or I don't want to get banned.
He thinks you're trying to
So,
fly.
oh
He
my
had
God.
one last joke there.
I
One
had one
last.
more. So
Yeah.
look, y'all, if y'all are interested, if y'all need something, if y'all bored, there's nothing on TV, you watch all your favorite shows, come on over there, check out some of the old tech shows. There's some R&B shows from Priscilla Watley from Old School Tuesday Turn Up. And if you
Hey.
want to learn how to cook a good meal, y'all need to get on Hit the Spot 1006 and get on her and tell her why hasn't she had any shows lately. It
Mm,
ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Like Silk
mm.
the Shocker said, it's not my fault.
All
So
right.
outside of that, that's it. TBE Media. Search for it on Amazon Fire and Roku.
We appreciate y'all. Look, again, we
Look at
here.
Priscilla. Come on, yes,
Yes.
yes,
Nice
yes.
stream the other night too with the Rude Boys. Y'all check her channel out. Priscilla, before we log off, put your
Old school,
channel
old
in
school
the.
Tuesday turn up.
I'm
Old
asking
school.
her to put it
Oh,
in the comments so she can actually have an action item. God,
yeah.
you're the
So
producer.
she,
You stay behind the
so,
scenes.
so
She's the
shout out
talent.
to Priscilla Watley. She had the Rude Boys. So the show should be up by Friday. If you remember that.
Oh, it ain't up
Uh,
already. Okay. Mm,
no, it's not.
mm.
See, I forgot the name of the song. I'm not even gonna mess it up because she gonna get on me. So look, the Rude Boys, the '90s R&B group that was founded by Gerald Levert, they were on the show last night. She had a 1 year anniversary, so she's had up to 20 episodes. So you can go to Old School Tuesday Turn Up and see some of her old shows. And this is a great way to cross promote some of our sister shows. That's
It
pretty
is.
written all over your face. I'm not gonna sing it though. Go ahead, sing us out, James.
I don't want to get a strike. We appreciate y'all. Hey, thank you very
Thank y'all
much
for
for
watching,
staying with
everybody.
us. We just doing this here to make sure that you have all the
Next
information that
time,
you
bring
need.
y'all's drinks. Make
All
sure
right.
y'all bring y'all drinks of choice. All right, just bring your drink. We're gonna get your wine glass, get your cartons, get your cup, whatever, and just ride out. That's it.
Later, y'all. Appreciate you.